Hi everyone. So we will continue in our series for beginners, and after installation of Unity and creating of our first project, let's create today our first script. It will be a movement script for our game object. So let's do this. To add something on your scene, you should click, or you could click, it's just one of possible option. You could click in the hierarchy by your right mouse button, and here you could choose what object you would like to add here. And we would like to add first of all a plane, which will be our ground. So 3D object plane, like this. And like a second one, I will add a 3D object cube. This cube was created somewhere. I could set. I would like to reset it on 000 position. So when I choose my cube, on the right part of the window in inspector, in a transform component, I should just choose this reset button, and I have position of my cube is like a 000. So now I'm on a plane. And also let's enable that. Oh, let's disable our global volume right now. This sign, we don't need it right now. So great. Again, let's choose our cube and just let's move it on our plane. Perfect. By default, our plane and our cube has a collider on it. Our cube has a box collider and our plane has a mesh collider. Collider means, or collider told tells Unity that this object has a solid surface. So you should use a collider for all solid surface in your game. If you will not use it, another game object just could go through your object without a collider. So that is why we need a collider like for our plane and also for our cube. And just to make it a little bit more clear, let's create different materials for our plane and for our cube. It will be better for visualization. So in asset, in the project tab, I will create a new folder which I will call a material, and by right click I will create here a new material which I will call plane, and like a color I will choose this green one. And to implement this material to our game object, I could just take and move my material to my scene tab to object which I would like to apply this material, like this. And let's create another material for our cube. And our cube will be a red one, for example, like this. Okay. And also we will need not just a collider, but also we will need another component which is a rigid body component. And this component is uh, tells Unity that our game object is dynamic, that physics force could affect this, so gravity could affect this, for example. So any object which you would like to move should has a rigid body on it. So we don't need a rigid body on our plane because it's static, but our cube will be dynamic. So let's add a rigid body component on our cube. Rigid body, like this. And as you could see here, you could check if you would like to use a gravity, math, and something else which we don't need right now. Okay, and let's create a new folder in our project, which I will call scripts. And inside of this folder, let's create our first script for movement of our cube. So create mono behavior script from here, or also in scripting you could create mono behavior script from here as well. And I will call this player movement. And let's open this. It's good practice to use namespaces for your projects, which will separate a different part of scripts for your project. We have a really very simple project right now, so for us it will be enough just one namespace. But when you create a really big project, a big game, it's good to to create different namespaces for your scripts. So just let's create a namespace. YouTube tutorials, youtube.tutorials, like these, and inside we will put our player movement class. So let's create variables for our movement. So first of all, let's create a serialized field, float move speed, which will be equal to 5f, for example. Serialized field means that we could change this variable from Unity from our inspector later. So we will have an access to it. Then we will create another variable, private rigid body, like RB, and also private vector 3 type vector 3 type variable movement. Like this. And then in our start method we will get an access to our rigid body component, which we added to our cube, like to our player. So void start RB is equal to get component rigid body. Perfect. So when we will press our play button, one of the first thing which will be done is that our game will find a rigid body component on our player and put it to this variable RB. So then we should create an update method which will take an input from our player. So void update and plot move x. This is a moving for x axis is equal to input dot get axis horizontal. I will show you in few seconds where I found these horizontal and verticals and vertical names. And the second parameter will be float move z is equal to input dot get axis vertical. This update method is running every frame, so every frame we will get a new input information from our player, which we will put to this variable move x and move z. So let's look at Unity, where I found this vertical and horizontal names or parameters. When we will go back to Unity, in Edit tab, you could go to Project Settings, and here you could find Input Manager. And as you could see, this horizontal shows you which button you could use for this axis, like A and D, or left and right. And the same thing is for vertical. So vertical movement take like input S and W, and or up and down buttons. And also in update we should pass these variables to our movement variable. So movement is equal to new vector 3, and like a parameter we will take move x 0 for y for y axis, and move z. Why is it 0 for y axis? Because we don't move our cube up and down. We moving it just to left and right, or forward and backward. And also, if you don't remember which axis is which, you could find here in right upper corner this diagram. This green one is a y-axis, blue one is a z-axis, and red one is x axis. Perfect. And the last thing which we should create here, the last method will be void fixed update method. Difference between regular update and fixed update is update is a method which is called every frame. Fixed update is a method which isn't called any frame. Every frame is called with a special frequency. For example, it's like parts of seconds. When we would like to work with physics, so like with rigid body in our case, we should call it in a fixed update. So RB dot move position, which is also unity method, dot RB, not a dot, but like a parameter RB dot position plus movement multiply to movement speed and also multiply by um, time uh, fixed delta time. Yeah, not the movement, but the move speed. This is our variable. So let's look closer at our fixed update function. So every time when our fixed update function will be called, our player will be moved to new position, and this new position will be calculated like actual position, which is rb.position, plus movement, which is input from our player, multiplied by move speed, which is our variable move speed. We can change this value, and also multiply by time dot fixed delta time. If we call some movement method in our update, we will multiply by time dot delta time, which makes our movement independent on a frame rate of different computers. And for a fixed update, in this case, we should call a fixed delta time, not just a delta time. Okay, so let's save our script and let's go back to Unity, and to check if everything correct, we should not forget to add our player movement script on our cube. So we could do this from this add component, or we could just take our player movement script and put it to the inspector. As you could see here, we have our move speed like a serialized field. We could change this speed, but I will set it to 5 right now. And let's play, let's hit the play button and let's check if everything works. So, yeah. As you could see, I'm pressing VASD buttons and our cube is moving. Perfect.